Hey, welcome to SAR Trail. We are out in Moab, camping dispersed in some BLM land, and we are going to be making for you guys, well, we're going to eat them, but Navajo tacos. If you haven't had Navajo tacos or made them yourself, really awesome. Great breakfast. It can be for lunch or dinner as well, but today we're doing them as breakfast. And in the process, Natalie's going to tell you a little bit of history about the Navajo tacos, how they got started, and how we make them right here on our Timbo Tusk Skottle. You ready, baby?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so I mixed up the flour before we came camping. So this is just a cup of flour, some salt, and baking powder. And so I'm just gonna dump this down into my mixing bowl, and I'm gonna add some water to it, about a cup. So I find it's easier for stuff like that, like this, if I just go ahead and put all the ingredients together in a bag and then bring it out instead of trying to measure. It's just easier that way. So I'm going to dump this together, stir it up, and it's going to form into a ball. Okay, so I need to get my hands in here now, and since we are in the desert and there's no water, I'm going to put on some gloves. It just keeps my hands clean, and then I don't have to waste water trying to wash stuck on flour off, which doesn't come off so easily. So as you can see, it doesn't take a whole lot of work to get this to come together, just a little bit. And then I'm going to let this sit. It needs to sit and rest for about 10 minutes just to kind of let everything, I think it's to let the gluten develop a little bit, and then we'll peel it apart and make tacos out of it. Okay, so I only made really enough dough for the 3 of us. You really don't need seconds to this. It's very filling. So I'm going to break this into 3 little balls, kind of divide it up, and then I'm going to roll those out. So the history behind Navajo tacos, if you don't know, or depending on where you're from, Indian fry bread. I think East Coast it's Indian fry bread. In the 1800s, when the tribes were being moved off of their land, the Navajo tribe in particular, they were moved from New Mexico to Arizona, out in the middle of the desert. And so they were moved a lot of miles, 300 miles I believe it is. And I don't have a rolling pin, so this is my fancy rolling pin. So after they were moved there, the government gave them flour, lard, and salt. And that's all that they had to survive on until they figured out what they were going to do, because in New Mexico they were farmers and there's no farming to be done where they were put in Arizona. So that's what they were given, and they came up with this fry bread, and since then we have Navajo tacos. And I don't know of anybody that makes them for breakfast. I'm sure there are people. If you look up recipes, most of the time it's going to be with ground beef or chicken, and it's more like a taco. But we're going to make breakfast tacos out of them.
Hey, and I'd like to add in as well, the first time Natalie made these, the bread is so good. The ingredients, everybody asks that she's ever made them for, they ask, what are the ingredients? And she explains what the ingredients are, and they're like, really, that's it? Because they taste so good. And my idea would be at some point we could make like a Navajo donut out of these.
Yeah, you definitely can.
Yeah, with some cinnamon and sugar. You know, if you want something sweet, they're incredible. It's like the funnel cake at the fair, but not greasy and not at the fair. So, you know.
Okay, so I'm just going to test it. It sizzles. So, throw a little flour on there. It's ready.
And how long did those stay on for?
Just until they brown. Just a couple minutes, it's not long.
You hungry?
Yes.
Me too.
So it's browned on this side. I'm gonna flip it over and let it brown on the other. Alright, so the first one's done. I just kind of slid it up there. It will keep it warm without cooking it anymore.
Okay, so since we're doing breakfast Navajo tacos, we're going to use sausage. We have these organic sausage that we brought from home. It was in the cooler. And I'm going to go ahead and cut these guys. And kind of the smaller the better, in my opinion, but you can cut them however you want. So we're cutting them into little chunks. Per my request, Natalie always buys a sausage that's not in the casing. I can't stand casing. I don't know why. And what kind of sausage is this, baby?
Chicken.
And who makes it?
Applegate.
So this is the chicken sausage by Applegate, which is a really great product. Tastes super good. The way they season it, it's really nice.
Okay, so there's still a fair amount of oil in there, so I'm going to be careful adding this. I'm going to add just about 6 eggs.
Hey, real quick, Natalie, how do you store those eggs when we go to camp?
In a mason jar. I think it's the best way to do it. Those little egg holders that they sell at the camp store, they break. They still break. So you're better off, you can still, they keep separated. If you just dump them one at a time, you're getting the whole egg. So to me, it's easier like that.
All right, then we got sausage in there.
Yep.
And those are basically going to be like a scrambled egg, right?
It is.
And how are you seasoning them?
Salt and pepper.
Sausage, egg, salt, and pepper on top of the Navajo tacos. And it sounds really basic, the ingredients, but it is super, super good.
Yeah. You can see how well this Skottle works. Nothing sticks to it. I haven't tried yet, but I'm pretty sure you could fry an egg on this, like a sunny side egg. We might try that on Sunday.
All right, so what we're going to do, we have this Tillamook Mexican cheese. We're going to use that. We like it because it's not an animal enzyme based. It is a vegetable based on the enzyme. Throw some of this in here and get it melting. In my opinion, nothing messes up breakfast more than unmelted cheese on something that's already warm. So we'll get that on there. We're going to mix that in. You think that's enough cheese, Bailey?
Yes.
A little bit more?
Tiny bit more.
Tiny bit more. All right, perfect. Okay, well that's starting to melt. Before I mix it up, we have some sour cream that we're going to put on these as well, and some salsa. For that, you can use whatever you want. We don't have any homemade salsa with us this time. Just didn't have time to mix it up. We did a camping trip to, where did we go? To
Sand dunes.
Yeah, to sand dunes, the great sand dunes. Then we had 2 days at home to clean up and repair from that camping to then be ready for this one. So didn't have as much time as we'd normally have.
Can I cut?
No, we're not cutting anything right now. All right, so let's let that melt and then we're gonna move on. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna take one of these Navajo tacos right here, and you can see, very pliable. You'll see when we get them all built up.
I'm gonna make mine.
And we're gonna put this on here. So we're getting this one all built up together. That looks pretty good. This one's gonna be for you, Bailey. Look at all that cheese melted on there. All right, so in our haste in getting ready for this trip, forgot to pack spoons. But so salsa's gonna come out with a fork, which is no big deal. Sour cream is gonna be used with a fork. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Ow! Hopefully you can see. Navajo tacos. Bailey's gonna eat this one, but you can see they can be completely bent. They don't break. Nice, thick fry bread. So Bailey, let's go get you over to your seat. This is gonna be your breakfast, all right, baby? Oh, that's so good. honestly, you could eat the bread alone and have a great meal. It tastes so good. But you need to be able to nutrition as well. Hopefully this video has been helpful to you and gives you some more camp cooking ideas. We'll have more of those coming in the future. And thanks for checking out SAR Trail. If you have a chance, please subscribe and give us a thumbs up. It is a huge encouragement for us. Thanks a lot.